Hello friends, today I am going to talk about a slightly technical but important issue in probability theory. So it is the connection between convergence in probability and almost shear convergence. We have so far defined both these notions of convergence of sequences of random variable, and I have told you that almost shear convergence is a stronger sense in because almost shear convergence implies convergence in probability, but the converse is not true. We have seen that with the help of an example. Now, however, there is a connection, there is a way to define convergence in probability in terms of almost shear convergence. Now, this concept is very important because it almost serves as a second definition of convergence in probability. Like you recall that when we were defining expectation, we had a definition of expectation of non-negative random variable first using supremum. But using that definition, some properties were difficult to prove. Later on, we developed a second definition after we had studied the convergence theorems like the MCTs, right? Then that second definition, which defines expectation as a limit of a sequence of expectations of simple random variables, that became very handy. So here this is also interesting math, and it also provides very handy this result that I am going to state and prove as a second definition of convergence in probability. So first I have a result that is relatively easier to understand and prove, that I have a sequence xn converging to x. I am not writing probability space anymore because you by now know that whenever we talk about random variables or a sequence of random variables, we have an underlying space. So I am not getting into all those. So I have a sequence of random variable x converging to xn case converging to x. Now my claim is that from here I can extract a subsequence, and that will converge to x almost surely. So in this case, before I formally write the talk about the proof, so I would draw your attention to this fact. So suppose I have a non-negative sequence yn which is converging to 0. You don't know its rate. So it may go at the rate 1 by n, or it may go to 0 e to the power minus 1 by n, or it may go to 0 1 by log n. We don't know about its rate. But my claim is that give me any sequence that goes to 0. From there I can extract a subsequence that will converge to 0 not slower than 1 by 2 to the power k. Okay. So how do I do that? So if you imagine that if I am presenting a slide show that has 100 slides, so every slide takes some, say, let us say 5 seconds. So 100 slides will take 500 seconds. But if you have less slides time, so suppose you want to go through my presentation in 1 minute. So what will you do? Obviously, you will not go through all the slides. No, you will skip slides. So the idea is the same, that you have a sequence yn going to 0 at what rate we don't know, but we can certainly expedite the process by choosing yn1, yn2 appropriately. How? So here is how it is done. So what is convergence in probability means that for any epsilon probability that mod xn minus x exceeds epsilon, that will become smaller as n tends to infinity. So these are like my yns. So what can I do? That since yns are becoming small, so I will apply the definition of convergence, take epsilon to be equal to 1 by 2 to the power k. Okay, so for example, if take epsilon equal to half, then obviously I will find 1 n1, no, such that yn1 is less than half. Then next take an epsilon equal to 1 by 2 square, 4. Then I will find an n2 bigger than n1 such that yn2 is less than 1 by 4, right? So because this has to happen for every epsilon. And then I will find k equal to, then I will take k epsilon equal to 1 by 2 cube. Then I can find 1 n3 such that yn1 is less than yn3 is less than 1 by 2 cube, and so on. So this is the idea. So Now we can apply this logic to find a sequence x and k such that this is slightly tricky looking, that I am not saying epsilon here, but now here I am saying probability mod x and k minus x greater than 1 by 2 to the power k is less than 1 by 2 to the power k. At the first sight, this looks how that can be possible. But as you see that for any epsilon, if I go on increasing k, then I can definitely find a k naught such that 1 by 2 to the power k naught is less than epsilon, right? Because 1 by 2 to the power k goes to 0 as k goes to infinity, simple. So for any, so now if mod x and k, now you see that if mod x and k minus x is greater than epsilon, then obviously it is going to be greater than anything smaller than epsilon. So therefore this event implies this event, and therefore A implies B hole probability of A is less than equal to probability of B, and hence you have this result. Now simply you apply Borel-Cantelli lemma. What does Borel-Cantelli lemma then say? That this sequence is now summable. Sorry, here I should write, here that I'm bhul hoise, here I should be writing as always I will update a updated note to my upload korim. So you see that etia I will use Borel-Cantelli lemma on this part. So if I make a sum on k, you know 1 by 2 to the power k is a convergence series. Now by Borel-Cantelli lemma, then this is also summable for every epsilon. Therefore the probability of these events happening infinitely often is 0, and now you know that is same as saying that x and k minus x converges to 0 almost surely. So this is the main idea. Now, and those who have not read the Borel-Cantelli lemma or do not remember it, please have a look at it. As I said that Borel-Cantelli lemma is the most standard way of proving almost sure convergence in more often than not. Now I come to the main result. Now I am saying that if xn is converging to x in probability, if, that means if and only if, this is an equivalent statement, that every subsequence contains a further subsequence converging to x almost surely. So এইটো আৰু lemma 1 or পাৰ্থক্যটো কি? lemma 1 ত কোৱা হৈছে যে it is one part. If xn is going to x in probability, then there exists we can find out one subsequence which will converge to x almost surely. But here I am saying that if you give me any subsequence, then that may not converge to x almost surely, but I can find out a further subsequence which will go to x almost surely. Now one part is trivial. Which part? Je dhara je xn converges to x almost surely. So now suppose this is happening, A2 part jodi true hoy, then it is relatively easier to prove that it converges in probability. So I'll skip that part, but I will talk about the other part. So let xn converge to x in probability, then any subsequence will also converge to x in probability. Why? Because what is the meaning of convergence in probability? It will mean that for any epsilon positive, probability y, this goes to 0. Now instead of n, if you write nk, that doesn't matter, right? So if any sequence yn is going to 0, any subsequence ynk also goes to 0. So therefore, if you give me any sequence, any subsequence of xn, so that may or may not converge to x almost surely, but it will always converge to x in probability. And so now you just apply lemma 1, that means this result to this subsequence. So now you have a subsequence x and k which converges in probability to x. So by lemma 1 I can extract a subsequence of this sequence which will converge to x almost surely. Hence the result. Now this result proves very handy because suppose then there is this next lemma 3, that let G be a continuous function. G be a continuous function. So xn converge to x and xn converges then gxn converges to gx. Now these are one of the few these are kind of results that hold true in all modes of convergence. So if I had a real sequence xn converging to x, then g is a continuous function on R, then gxn will converge to gx. No, so it's like that. Now proving this result from the definition is somewhat challenging, because from the definition what has to happen, that for every epsilon then gxn minus gx greater than epsilon has to go to 0. Now proving that becomes very difficult, but xn converges to x, or if it converges to x almost surely, then proving this is straightforward. Because if I have got a sequence of functions on R such that fn converges to f pointwise and g is any continuous function, then g of fn is another sequence of functions, but g of fn will converge to g of f pointwise. So that's straightforward. So now what we do is that we apply this lemma that gxn so xn converges to x in probability. That means if and only if every subsequence of xn converges to x almost surely. So then apply that condition, then that corresponding subsequence gxn will have a further subsequence which will converge to gx almost surely, and so by lemma 2 you will have this result. So today I am running short of time, so I have not written it, but I am just mentioning this to tell you that this is a very useful result and intuitive result, but to the proof of this you find it very difficult to prove directly from this definition. Rather this lemma, which now serves as a second definition of convergence in probability, comes handy here. So thank you.